Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Rachel Capel, and today I'm going to go over all aspects of a bar bat mitzvah from start to finish. I'm going to show you what I do from the beginning all the way to the end so you know exactly what a day looks like and give you some B-roll so you can kind of see me in action. So if you want to know what a vlog tour or a full day at a bar and bat mitzvah looks like, this is going to be the video for you. So let's get into this video. All right, so first off, the night before I prep all my gear and my bag, so I make sure all the batteries are charged, that I have discs that are free and clear, that I don't have another photo shoot on them, and I pop those into my camera. I just make sure everything is charged up so I'm never running short on batteries. I'm just really kind of always nervous about that. So I make sure I have my light stands, my Torah Photos softbox, and all my flashes, everything ready to go. And I have any timelines from event planners or shot lists that I have to do, at the morning service. I have those ready, pop them in my think tank bag. I'll have all of my gear that I use down below in the description box that you can use and download and check out. And if you want to get anything, you can get it yourself. But I always prep all my gear the day before, so I'm not scrambling to have something I need that's not there the day of, because that's the worst case scenarios. You look like a person that is not professional. I always want to come with a smile on my face, come early and prepared and as a true professional, because that's what they're paying us the big bucks for. All right. Part number 2 of the day is I will hop in the car, head out. I always make sure I know how to get there the day before, how long it's going to take. Oftentimes, let's use San Francisco, for example. On a Saturday, it'd take like 40 minutes. I'll just plan for an hour because parking can be tricky there. So I'll always get there about 15 minutes early because I want to make sure that I have my gear ready and prepared so when the family arrives, and oftentimes they'll come late, but sometimes they're going to come early. So you want to be there and be prepared because you don't want to be stressing and sweating it when you get there. So I've got my shot list in hand because normally before the service, we're going to do all the group photos, right? So I'll make sure I have the list of all the people that are going to be photographed there, aunts and uncles, grandparents, whatever their names. Try and remember everybody's name if I can, but immediate family, 100% for sure, you got to know their names. They're paying you multiple thousands of dollars. You got to know exactly what their names are. Do not mess it up. I know we're human. We do it sometimes, but just make sure to know mom and dad and the bar or bat mitzvah's kiddo's name. So have that list ready. We start knocking out the photos, taking family photos. Sometimes we'll do it inside. I like to do both. So I'll go outside and inside. Usually I start outside first just to get those really pretty natural light photos. Then we go into the synagogue where the Torah is. We'll do some Torah photos with the rabbi and cantor. Always make sure that you don't touch the Torah unless you're allowed to. I am, because I have been doing this for years, so I know how to handle it. But we do not touch it if we don't know how to handle it. So you wait for the rabbi comes out, you take those Torah pictures with the family, with the kiddo, get creative if you have time. If not, hurry through it, push through it. We're often usually moving quickly. I'm going through a normal 8-hour day. So 4 hours in the morning, give or take, 4 hours at night. Sometimes you'll do those service shots, the temple shots, if it's a non-reform synagogue, the day like 2 days before, like maybe on a Wednesday or Thursday, you would do this. You'd have more time. You can get more creative, but usually you'll do it before the day of. So before the service. So after that, we go in and we photograph the service after we've done the family photos, give the kiddo a little bit of rest, 10, 15 minutes, maybe even 20, depending on what the synagogue temple's rules are. And then I take my station in usually the back left-hand corner or right corner or up on the top. If it's a really gorgeous, beautiful, multi-level synagogue or temple, I'll go up top. So I have my 70 to 200 zoom lens on so I could really get that zoom into the kiddo doing the service. And also I've got the 24/7 and the fisheye to have some really cool effects for really gorgeous big temples. So then we photograph the service and we do all the important things in the service that I've talked about in prior videos. And then we move into the lunch or the kiddush luncheon that sometimes clients will have, sometimes they won't. And what I do with the kiddush lunch is I usually go and take like detail photos of the luncheon, like the food and the tables and whatnot, just so they could have it for the album. Then I'll run back to the service, keep doing that, or I'll have my second shooter take the details, and then I let people eat, and then when they're done eating, then I'll take photos like of people. So it's not frustrating and annoying because they're hungry, they want to eat. It's more like easygoing and okay, we finished, we've eaten, now we can take some pictures. So that is the luncheon. Okay, now for the next phase of the day, we take a break after the luncheon, and I usually, if I'm not close to home, I'll just go to a coffee shop and do some work until I'm supposed to be scheduled to arrive at the party. And what happens at the party is usually, let's just say I'm done at like 1:32. I will go to the party at about maybe 5, and I'll take some detail photos, get my stuff set up, details of the tables, the chairs, all the decor for the vendors and the planners. And then I will move into family photos. Usually they're going to come about 5:30, do a couple snaps, some inside outside stuff just to have like their new outfits, have some fun things to go for the album. And then guests will start arriving about 6. So after the guests arrive, I start taking photos of people doing their thing, having a good time, the kids' games, any kind of activities the DJs are doing. And then we obviously move into the hora, which is the biggest part. You really want to capture the fun emotion of the hora and the Israeli dancing and just like all the people having fun. Okay. So you get that done. It can be a little scary and tricky because you just want to make sure. I'm usually oftentimes on the ground right next to the kiddo when they go up in the chair, but sometimes it depends on the room. I'll stand on a chair in the back and shoot like the whole scene. So if you have a second shooter, you can do both, which is great. Just make sure you're kind of not in each other's shots. So that is something to consider. But then after the hora, it's like pressure's off, just have a good time and take as many photos of dancing and fun and kids playing and grip and grin photos, photo booths. If you want all of this stuff from front to back, I've got it in my Photo Mitzvah Maven course, and links will be down below to kind of know more details if you want to learn exactly what it's like to photograph a bar and bat mitzvah. I go over everything in there. So that is kind of the day of a bar bat mitzvah. After the party ends, usually like at the very end, 9:45, I'm usually booked till like 10. 9:45, they do the closing circle, and I love to capture that because it's just so great to see the guests like giving love to the kiddo and him or her. They usually bum rush them and have hugs, and it's just really fun. So you want to capture that, and then you're done and you head home. And at the end of it, I usually provide a sneak peek of about like 25 to 50 photos or less. And then I'll get the rest of the images to them, like usually within a week, maybe 2 if I'm really busy. But that is essentially the day of the mitzvah and what it entails. And again, like I said, if you want to know more, I have my course, Photo Mitzvah Maven, that tells you everything that I do from client communications to what I charge, the packages, what I give, the exact timeline of the day, how to get inquiries, how to work with clients and vendors to get more and more inquiries every single month, and how to make 6 figures with it, because I've definitely made high 6 figures with bar and bat mitzvahs, and they are amazing. And it is a very tight-knit community. So if you don't know how to dive into that community, you're going to need help, and it's going to be all outlined in the Photo Mitzvah Maven course, linked down below. And I hope you got value. I think it's like the best niche ever to work in. It is so wonderful, underrated, way better than photography for weddings. And honestly, the pricing is very comparable. The only challenge is there just might not be a lot of people in the middle America states and a lot of Jewish communities there. So you kind of have to go on the borders. But hey, it is what it is. Honestly, I think it's completely worth it. And if you want to know more, just click below. Hope you got value. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.